This is part 2 of installing OpenSquiggly on an Amazon Elastic Kubernetes service. In part 1 of this video series, we walked through setting up all the prerequisites and command line tools and everything that you're going to need. That video was actually the hard part, and the easy part now is just running the command to create the cluster. So once again, we're reviewing where we left off at the end of the last video. If we do EKS cuddle get clusters, see that I can connect to the Amazon service and tells me I have no clusters, which is correct. So now we're going to use EKS cuddle to create the cluster. EKS cuddle create cluster. Do -- name and give it the name of the cluster. I'm just going to call it AWS cluster 1. And then it's a good idea to give it a region. If you don't give it a region, it'll use your default region, which we showed how to set that default region in the last video, but I'm just going to set the default region. And then, we said this many times on our written documentation on the website. This is a very basic install. Okay. There are, EKS has tons and tons and tons of options that we're not covering. This really is just a demo and designed to give you a push out of the gate and kind of prove that this can work. All right. And so this actually should kick off the cluster creation process. And that's really about it. Now you just wait, and it typically takes about 15 to 20 minutes on average for it to create the cluster. I'll pause the video and come back when that's done, and we'll fast forward through time to see that. All right, and there we go. After about 15 minutes, we have our cluster created. If I do EKS code get clusters again, you should see it showing up. And if I go back to my AWS console and go to EKS, just to prove that it shows up in the console as well, we see there, lo and behold, I have the new cluster created. Okay, and so that's it for this video. So then in the next video, we're going to carry on with the more usual OpenSquiggly steps, where we set up kubectl and we set up Helm and we install the OpenSquiggly Helm chart. Thank you for watching.